Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the events leading up to the discard. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, the discard, what is that? That is when you are in a relationship with a narcissist and they abruptly end it, or they end it without any warning. Many times this happens around key events in your life, i.e. a holiday, a birthday, right before a vacation, when you've had a death in the family or you're grieving a loss. Perhaps you just lost your job. Perhaps you just had to relocate. Maybe even you just got married. The day after you got married, they said, no, this isn't going to work out. There are so many reasons when the narcissist will discard an individual. And this video is to illustrate many of them, but to let you know that there were micro events that led up to the ultimate discard, to the ending of the relationship that you were a part of. Now, I need to tell you this, that if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. You are a very strong and resilient individual. You have gone through or you are going through one of the most challenging experiences in your life, which is the culmination of a narcissistic relationship. Because when the narcissistic relationship ends, and also if you get discarded, that combination, you have to process so many things. First of all, what narcissism is. Second of all, how you didn't see the red flags. Third of all, why you weren't taught this in school. And fourth of all, you're gonna have to really dig into yourself. You have a mountain of work ahead of you to figure out exactly, are you a people pleaser? Are you a yes person? Did you have boundaries? Were you too trusting? Did you overshare? Did you understand that not everybody on the planet thinks the way you think? There are so many other reasons why. However, there were many micro discards along the way, I can assure you. Go back in time and think about the intuition and the instincts that you ignored. In other words, perhaps you went to a restaurant with the individual who turned out to be a narcissist and they were paying more attention to the waitstaff than they were you. Perhaps you were living life swimmingly before you met the narcissist and they told you that your hair color wasn't becoming. You need to dye your hair or change your hair color or get a haircut, or the clothes you wore weren't good enough. Perhaps this individual also, maybe you met them in a group like had some kind of hobby like swimming or archery or something like that, and you're like, wow, this person, they're kind of like me, they're doing the same events I'm doing, this is great. How great is this? Next thing you know, you realize that they didn't even like to do those things like swimming or archery. They just entered the group or the class so they could meet somebody like you. Understand this. So when you're in the relationship, in the beginning of the relationship, usually you experience a love bomb or a euphoric stage, a period of time when you can do no wrong, and it feels like it's all unicorns and puppies, and you're excited to see this person, and also this person's excited to see you because you're new to them. Bear in mind, the narcissist needs new shiny objects. They need new individuals to take from, to destroy, and this was you for a period of time. But when you were in that euphoric stage and everything was going great, the narcissist most likely was manipulating you. They were portraying themselves to be one person, when in fact they were somebody completely different. Now, they did this on purpose to ensnare you in their web of manipulation. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were looking for someone who did not have the education or the wisdom on the narcissistic cycle. The narcissist goes from person to person, place to place, business to business, relationship to relationship, taking what they can and blowing it up. And many times at the end of a relationship with a narcissist, you will get discarded. If you go back in time and understand that throughout the body of your relationship, which wasn't just the euphoric stage, it was the devaluation stage, which is the second part of these relationships, until perhaps you were discarded, which is the third part. The fourth part I won't get into in this video, but it's a potential Hoover. That's not for this video. The point being is, throughout the body of the relationship, what you found out is that you were working for the relationship. You were working for the narcissist. You put your life on hold and you were building the narcissist up, getting them to the next level to the detriment of your existence. It's a fact. That's why so frequently when you are in these narcissistic relationships, you become an extension of the narcissist, and they know this because their behavior is so toxic, it's so draining, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced. But when you are in the devaluation stage, or as I call it, the narcissistic fog, and you don't know what's going on, you just know that you're trying to get back to that euphoric stage, you find yourself doing things you never thought you would do, tolerating poor behaviors you never thought you would tolerate, ignoring red flags, and not trusting your instincts and intuition. And this is exactly on purpose. It's by design, by the narcissist. Keep in mind, the narcissist has now groomed you. They now have you where they want you. They now can take you down off that shelf, and they can use you whenever they want to, and they can put you back up on the shelf and get other sources of supply right in front of you or behind your back. But think about it. Think about when you would be texting the narcissist when you were in the relationship. And this is in the devaluation stage, not the love bomb, not the euphoric stage, and not in the beginning. Think about when you were texting them. What would happen? That's right. Many times you would text so many words and let them know your whereabouts, what's going on, what time you'll be home to the minute. What do they need? You were offering them your resources. How many times did you do that? Hey, I'm coming home. Is there anything we need or anything you need? Or what can I do for you? Or do you want me to pick up the dry cleaning? Should I put gas in the car? Should I get the kids? What about dog food? Do we have that? You would be doing things like that, and you would be thinking to yourself, all these priorities, which actually weren't priorities, and life, I'm not getting off track. I'm saying that you were doing all these things ahead of your own life. You were putting all these other people in front of yourself. Now, I'm not saying don't raise the kids or feed the dog or pay the bills. I'm saying that you need you time. And when you were in the devaluation stage, you did not have much or any you time. You were working for the narcissist. So keep this in mind. There were many discards all throughout the relationship, and that would be one of them. When you would ask the individual through text these questions I just mentioned, and you would get nothing. And then as soon as you got home, that individual would say, oh, wait, I just texted you. And you're like, really? Because I checked my messages the whole way home and nothing was going on. And then lo and behold, boom, there's an answer. And it's one word, K, or yes. And you're like, but wait, I just drove 45 minutes home. The store is 25 minutes in the wrong direction. Like, what's going on here? I just offered this, and now you want me to go back to the store? Yes, they do. Absolutely. And that is a mini discard. It really is. What it is there is they're controlling you. And people may question, well, how's that a discard? What it's doing, it's controlling you. And it's letting you know that you will obey me. Whether I read the message or not, it doesn't matter, says the narcissist. They want you to do things, and they want to invalidate you. And you find yourself, in that example, coming home from a long day's work after doing the right things and checking the boxes and seeing if anybody needs help, i.e. the narcissist. And they waited strategically till you pulled in the garage and texted you. Boom. And they knew it. These are just many examples of all the discards or the events that happen before the discard. How about triangulation? My least favorite thing these people do. Again, you're at an event or a barbecue or a picnic, whatever you're doing, and let's say it's a large gathering. Well, what are they doing? First of all, when you're getting to the event, they're walking in front of you as if they're not with you, or they're walking way behind you, texting other individuals who will be at the event that you don't even know about probably, or asking questions about who will be there. In other words, they're not with you side by side and entering the barbecue on the same footsteps. They're not most times. But when you're there, are they communicating with you? Sure, they'll check in on you every once in a while, but what they really will do is scope out the room and see, or the event, and see who's there that they don't know. And they will work the way around the room, believe me when I tell you, and they will touch base with people they do know, but certainly with people they don't know, and even with people they don't like, which I'll jump into it in a second. The people that they do know, I'll talk about first. They will touch base with all those people and just see if anything new is going on. And if something new is happening and it's good in their lives, well, the narcissist now knows they have ammo to use against you later. Because, example, one of your alleged friends bought a new car. Well, the narcissist found this out, and now you have to keep up with the Joneses. That's going to be on the radar. Hey, these guys got a new car. I think we should probably upgrade, even though we just got a car last year. And you're like, what are you talking about? We're already in a mountain of credit card debt. And that's number one. Number two is, they will look for new people, i.e. potential replacements for you. And these people will be strangers many times, because these people, or people that they've only seen once or twice, maybe did not have the opportunity to meet them and actually talk with them, because these people are brand new. And remember, the narcissist needs new people. They need new objectives and new goals and new unsuspecting individuals that don't know about them, so they can paint their life as it's a pretty perfect picture, when in fact nothing can be further from the truth. It's a toxic individual looking to take from other unsuspecting people. But they'll look for the new people, and they'll strike up conversations with them, and they will figure out what they do and how they make their money and what kind of beach houses they have and what kind of access to this, and this. And if any of these people have any value to the narcissist, believe me when I tell you, they will get their phone number rather quickly, or they will make a play date or lunch date or a barbecue with that set of people included to get on the list. Understand how this works, everybody. And then the third group of people are the people, the necessary evils, the people that will be at the barbecue that the narcissist doesn't really get along with. However, They will play the same game they play, just with a different mask with these people, and they will talk to them and act like things are okay, everything's fine. But inside, the narcissist is stewing because they know they don't get along with those people, but they will play the game. Why? So they keep getting invited back to the barbecues. It's so easy to see. See, the narcissist wants to keep little groups of people. In that case, the alleged friends, the new people, and the people that perhaps the narcissist doesn't get along with. And all these people, they will be treated differently. A different mask. That's how the narcissist weaponizes what they do against these people. But there are many discards, many events that led up to the discard. Triangulation, like I said. So at that barbecue, you're being checked in on once in a while, but you're not actually spending any quality time with them. And then you go home that night, and the narcissist says to you, oh, I met so-and-so, and they told me I looked amazing. I looked just incredible, and you never tell me that. And you're like, what are you talking about? I've been telling you forever you look great. And the truth is, they're just planting seeds of doubt. So now that name comes up more and more and more. And the next thing you know, this person who turns out to be the narcissist is staying later at work, and perhaps they're not showing up and doing their responsibilities at the house. And lo and behold, you find out that yes, they were spending time with another individual who perhaps was the individual at the barbecue or not. But triangulation is when the narcissist throws a third person into your relationship between you and the narcissist to make you work harder for the relationship. And the whole time the narcissist knows that the relationship is going to end because every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. But they do this insidiously, so you're doubting yourself, so you're working harder for them. This again, you could call it a tactic of the narcissist, but this is another event that happened on the way to the discard. Same thing with financial resources. Let's say you had resources. Well, you figured out rather quickly that the narcissist likes their money, and what is theirs, and what is yours is theirs, and they probably put you in the poorhouse, rang up credit card debt up to your eyeballs, left you with a mortgage or bank loans or student loans or whatever it was, and then they disappeared. They discarded you. Why? Because they got out of you what they wanted, which in this case was financial resources. Same thing with your social circle and your friends. Before you met the narcissist, you had a stable of friends, a lot of them, people that loved you, cared about you, and respected you. Well, you meet the narcissist, and what did they do? Again, another event that happened along the way to the discard. They isolated you from your family, from your friends. They told you who to talk to, who not to talk to. They gaslit you. They planted seeds of doubt. They manipulated you. So they had you, again, become an extension of them, the narcissist, and they had you working for them and the relationship. All of this led up to an event, which is called the discard. And this is meant to inflict the most damaging pain on an unsuspecting individual. And again, if it was you, my heart goes out to you. My hope is you're healing, and or you have healed, and you're certainly understanding that you are the priority and that you need to have boundaries now. But the discard was on purpose, whether you know it or not. Maybe not the exact date, maybe not the exact second, maybe it was, who knows? But the point is, if there are very important key dates in your life, let's say you like a certain holiday, many times the narcissist will find a date and or that date to end it with an individual. Why? Because that will now ruin that date for you for the rest of your life, or that's the narcissist hope. And second of all, that exact date that you got discarded on, believe me, that will not allow you to enjoy that date, because now you are down a path that very few people go down. The point being of this is that there are events that lead up to the discard. There are so many. And if you actually pay attention to your instincts and trust your intuition and don't ignore red flags, you'll understand that this is the path. These are the things we didn't do when we were in the relationship. These are the things we must do post-relationship. Because when you get discarded, I can assure you, no one is knocking on your door, checking in on you, saying, hey, are you okay? I understand what you're talking about. I know what you're going through. I can be there for you. They can't, they don't, they won't, they never will. When you get discarded, many people, believe it or not, are sitting on the sidelines actually smirking. They really are. Others fell into the false narrative of the smear campaign and they want nothing to do with you. And then there are people that can't wrap their head around what's going on, and they just stay away, and they don't know, they could be your support system, but very few people will. Of the people that decide to be a support system for you post-discard, very few people will understand what you're up against. Many times you don't even know what you're up against until you find channels like mine, and or you research narcissistic terms and you find that needle in a haystack. You're like, oh my gosh, that's what this is. That's what my spouse was. That's what this friend was. That's what my family member is. Who knows? And that's when you get the wisdom. The whole point is, if you're being real with yourself, after the discard happened, there were many events that led up to it. And perhaps these are key points in the relationship that going forward we need to take away from so they don't happen again. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. Having boundaries and moving forward each and every day, being abundant, being blessed and beautiful, that's the path. Leave the narcissist in the past. Go no contact, block them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, guys. Have a great night. Bye.